It's actually not too bad out today, but we're going to go ahead and do some blueberry cuttings. I need to prune them anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get them pruned. I'm going to take the cuttings inside, and we're actually going to place them in some soil in order for them to start rooting, and then we can plant them outdoors here in another about 2 months probably. That way I get free blueberries, right? Don't have to pay for them. So here we go. And all I'm doing is trimming out some of the newer growth that grew over this past year, and I want it to have that green on the inside, so they're green and viable. I don't want the older 2-3-year-olds, I just want the ones from last today is to prune our dwarf peach tree, and basically all I'm doing is anything that's trying to grow toward the middle, I'm going to take those off. And check out my branches here because I want them to kind of grow in a nice V. I don't want them growing straight up, and I don't want them growing down toward the ground. I want to where they can support the fruit. So this tree is a couple of years old, and it's been shaping up nicely. And then again, same thing as I was saying with the blueberry bushes, we want airflow. So we're going to take off these couple of these tiny little branches. And see, this one's thin, but it hangs out to the side nice, so I think I'll leave that one. This tree actually doesn't need too much. And then we'll go over and take a look at the apple trees, see how they're doing. Hopefully they made it okay. I hope you guys can hear me with the wind. It's really windy today. So, trying not to lose my hat. All right, so this is one of our apple trees that made it last year. So far, it's been doing okay. I don't really like how straight up this one is. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm probably gonna bring out a quart jug and fill it a little bit with water. And then what I'll do is I'll actually hang it on here to get it to start growing off to the side a little bit, because it is really straight up and down, and we don't want that. Because then it won't do well supporting the fruit. We had a couple of trees over this way last year, and I don't know that this one made it. It looks like the deer have eaten it. So I'm going to snip a little bit off of it and see if it's even alive, and it's not. It's dead. It's brown and dead. So I'm going to go over. We had 3 other ones planted over in this area, and they all died. So I bought a couple new ones that are Jonathan apples, and it looks like they're still okay. You know, obviously they're not going to do fruit, but you see how these two are together? Can you see here? We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the shape. So I've got a nice V here, and I've got a nice V going over this way. So this one, I'm actually going to take out. This one over here, same thing. We've got a nice shape here, nice shape here. This one's leaning out to the side. That one will do okay. But this one in the middle that's going straight up, not going to want that one. So that's it. I'm going to go back inside because this air is cold. We actually worked outside all morning cleaning coops, cleaning the stalls that mama goats and babies are in. And I got hot enough that I took my coat off. Now the wind's picked up and we've dropped about 15 degrees in about 2 hours. So I know it's supposed to snow later on this weekend. I don't know if we're getting any accumulation. Woo! All right, let's go back inside before we freeze, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these blueberry cuttings. And feel my fingers. It is freezing. I can't get over that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at our cuttings. And you're going to actually look and see that there's these little bumps. These are little nodes, okay? And what we want to do is cut about 1 inch below one node, and then we're going to cut. And you need these. You only really need these to be about, 5 or 6 inches long. You could do a little longer. I'm going to do a little bit longer, and then I'm going to actually cut about 1.5 inches or so above at an angle the last node. So this will be my top, okay? And then this one where it's actually closer to the node will be my bottom. We're going to do an experiment. I've looked and there's a lot of research on doing the cuttings. There's somebody playing a video game. Gabriel! Please stop yelling. I'm yelling to make him stop yelling. Makes total sense, doesn't it? He has headphones on. He can't hear me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make several of those, and then we're going to do an experiment. I've got to take the kids up to meet my aunt, and we're going to be stopping, we're going to be close to a local garden center. So I'm actually going to pick up a really good organic potting soil while I'm there. So the two things we're going to do is we're going to take some of these cuttings. I'm going to do a few, and then the rest of them I'll cut later. But I'm going to do a few now, and I'm going to stick them in a jar of water on my windowsill in my kitchen, which is one of the warmer and more humid plus plenty of sunlight places that I have. So I'm going to do that, and that's pretty much how I got my elderberries started this past year. So I'm going to do those like an elderberry cutting, and then I'm going to take the other ones and I'm going to plant them in a pot of soil, and I'll put them on my new rack corner. I'll be starting some seeds here in the next couple of days. So we're going to see which way works better, whether it's just putting them in a jar of water, and you change the water every 2-3 days, just like I would with the elderberry cuttings. And then the other ones, we're going to do it in the potting soil. So, we'll get back with you and let you guys know which one works better. Can you get Mommy a quart size mason jar? Quart. So the big one. A tall one.
Big giant one?
Uh-huh.
Why? This one?
Yes. Can you put some water in it, please? Not hot water. Just...
What are you doing, dude? Oh, too much. There.
All right. So can you come over here and put these inside that jar?
Okay.
There you go. You can help me. These are blueberry cuttings, so we're going to try experiment. We're going to do some of the blueberry cuttings in just water, and whenever we go to drop you guys off to Aunt Katie's, we're going to do, hang on, that one's upside down. All right, we'll have the longer end on top. And then what we'll do is we'll do some of them in potting soil and see which one grows better. What do you think? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Right, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cuttings in our jar, and then we'll come back and do the other ones and plant them inside of soil, and then we'll check back in probably about, I don't know, I'm guessing probably about couple of weeks. We'll give them a chance, and then we'll see how they're doing.
Hi guys.
What do you want to show? Alex wants to show everybody something. You got to bring it closer because the glare from the window is going to block it. So what is that?
I call it the land releaser.
The land racer?
Yeah. Right back here is two boosters, 2 guns up front. These are supposed to be guns. This guy's standing on them. There's a cockpit.
You're moving so much, buddy. Mommy's having a hard time staying up, keeping up with you. Oh, wow, you did. You built a cockpit? Oh, that's so cool.
No, this was already from a TIE fighter.
Oh, okay, so you just incorporated that. Okay.
And there's already a guy in there. And then the back seat, looks like the wheel's falling off. I'm having trouble with the wheels. There's a gun for him.
Okay, what about the other one that you built?
Well, hang on. I need to fix this. And back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guns.
Uh-huh.
6 of them, actually. We have a mini gun that actually lifts up a cockpit right in there with a knife. We have a little seat right here for the guy who loads up the minigun.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody else just holds on to these.
Can you bring that down here and show it to the camera a little bit? Not too close. Back up just a little. There we go. Okay, I'll turn it sideways. There. So everybody can see. That is really cool.
This is the commander.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 pilots.
That's something I don't get very often.
Snuggles.
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 I don't get snuggles very often.
You get a lot from me. You don't get that much from me. Yeah, no.
Brian got up before he was coaching. When he got up and started yelling,
No.
stupid. Once that kid got his name right, everybody started booing.